Hope everyone had a great Memorial Day weekend. Before we start the show, I have something very important to tell you guys.
Hold it right there, Matthew Thomas. I am cutting you off because it is I, BG Mancini, the owner of a super cool radio, yes. And I got some news for you. I don't care what your announcement is. I have to tell you that this season 5, is officially over, yes. I'm cutting off funding for this season. Have you seen those views? I know you have. Oof, that's all I gotta say. So now you can get back to regularly scheduled programming after this quick plug for Mancini Confidence Chocolate Bars, available at your favorite candy store, yes. It's only made with the finest cocoa and natural ingredients. Trust me, you will love it. Make sure to pick yourself up a Mancini Confidence Chocolate Bar. Now, Matthew Thomas, back to you.
Well, that's just great. Just go to the intro.
Super Cool Radio.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 18th episode of Season 5. I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. As you heard at the beginning of this episode, this is the last episode for Season 5. I appreciate everyone who tuned in each week. As always, before we jump into all the action, if you could, please thumbs up this video and make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way you don't miss any new interviews or episodes. Also, the best way to support this channel is to buy the shirts at threadless.com. A link is in the description. Each purchase directly supports SCR and allows us to continue to produce super cool content like this episode. I'm kicking off this show with music from my friends the Almas. Their previous single, Cage, appeared on the first episode of Season 5. I think it's more than fitting to feature the Almas on our last episode of Season 5. I've been a fan of the Almas for a few years now, and I've been blown away by their latest singles. They have really elevated their game. I highly encourage everyone to check out and support the Almas. They recently announced shows for June and July. If they're at a venue near you, make sure to see them live. Now, without any further ado, this is Burnout by the Almas. Check it out and enjoy.
Just a code with no design, no feelings, chasing what keeps me alive. Sleepwalking, critical system failure. Yeah, we're on damage control. Suppress your human nature. Keep the servers on. And when the drugs stop working, all the walls come down. And even though it hurts me, to me out, I will not slow down. I cannot take anymore. My soul's been left on the floor. I keep pushing harder. Oh, I've got a hole in my chest. My friends, they left me for dead. I'd rather die than burn out. Burn out, burn out. I'd rather die than burn out. No antivirus for my mind, just sickness. Hack the system, stay alive. Keep running. Sensory system error, embedded OSTK for sped annihilation. Keep the pressure on. And when the drugs stop working, all the walls come down. And even though it hurts me, to numb me out, I will not slow down. I cannot take anymore. My soul's been left on the floor. I keep pushing harder.
Once again, that was Burnout by the Almas. Please check out and support this amazing band from Wisconsin. Now it's time for the latest topics and news. Let's go! On to our first piece of news. The next Super Cool Radio interview drops Thursday, June 1st at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. My guest is Stephen Richards from Taproot. Taproot has been very busy this year. They are set to release a brand new album entitled Scissors on September 29th and will start their club tour on the same day. This is Taproot's first club tour in 6 years. In our interview, Stephen and I discuss all things Taproot, including the new album Scissors, selecting Taylor Roberts to be the new full-time guitarist, the latest single, VIP, and so much more. I had an incredible time chatting with Stephen. To give you guys a preview of our interview, here is a short clip. Check it out. What can people expect from the album, like musically and lyrically? Is VIP kind of a good indication of that, or is there going to be thrown in some other things as well?
VIP was literally intentionally written to be, we always used to open with a song called Smile from our first record, Gift, because it's got our normal Taproot swing rhythm, lots of screaming. People are just going to start moshing right off the bat. But we're so old nowadays, and our fans, like, I don't know if they're just going to stand there with their phones, which they probably will, and then I'm just going to be like, what do? I used to go out and mosh. But VIP was intended to be the new live opener. So if enough people seem to know the song, that's what we're going to open with most of the time, not every time. But I wrote that to be the opening of the record. It is not representative of the entire record at all. I only did low tuning on 2 of 10 songs, like the baritone that I tell you I might have to relearn different old riffs on. Only 2 of them are baritone. So those were intentional, heavy songs. But the main single that I think can be a little bit more mainstream is more kind of like Poem, where I think people will literally understand the lyrics, and there's not one person that can say that they've sang along with a song at one point and didn't know all the lyrics. And that's what a song that I wrote called Favorite Song is about, singing along with your favorite song, but not quite knowing all the lyrics and kind of BSing your way through it. So that's what that song's about. And I think it is a good song. And we do have a guest on that. We have Elias from Nonpoint is a guest on the middle of that song.
Hope you enjoyed that clip from my interview with Stephen Richards. The full interview will be available on Thursday, June 1st at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on your favorite streaming platform. Now for our second and final topic. As you guys heard at the beginning of this episode, this is our final episode for Season 5. Since this is our final episode, I want to open the floor to our audience. Where can SCR improve? What can we do better? What experience do you want out of SCR? Should we continue this format for Season 6, or should we focus more on interviews? For interviews, which guests do you want to see on SCR? Should we focus more on live event coverage and live interviews? I know there's a lot of questions I just threw at you. However, it is very important for you to be critical and give us feedback. We want to know how we can improve and create the best content possible. I want to say thank you to everyone who has watched and listened to these episodes and interviews for this season. I really appreciate all the support we've received over the last 4+ years. It means so much to me and everyone at Super Cool Radio. Thank you. Before we move to the history segment, I want to tell you guys SCR is set to cover some killer events over the summer. I can only talk about a few at this time. However, I highly encourage everyone to check out and support these amazing events. First up is Thursday, June 1st at the Melody Inn in Indianapolis. Our friend Susie Moon will be performing alongside Ramathorn and Republican Sex Blanket. It is going to be a wild night of awesome music that you do not want to miss. Next is June 2nd through the 4th. It is the St. Joseph County Spring Break event hosted by Abate Region 1. Silvertongue and Gen X are set to perform on Friday, and Society's Child and Hourglass will rock the stage on Saturday. Coming up June 23rd through the 25th is Motoblot. I've discussed this year's Motoblot a few episodes ago. If you want to hear the full details, check out that episode. A link is in the description. This year's Motoblot is stacked with so many badass bands, plus there's the Gasoline Alley Ride-In Motorcycle and Hot Rod Street Show taking place on Saturday, along with so much more going on that weekend. I had so much fun covering Motoblot last year, and I'm so excited to cover this event again this year. The last event I want to cover is the Abate Summerfest taking place August 10th through the 13th at Boot Hill Ranch in Three Rivers, Michigan. Summerfest is stacked with so many incredible bands, including headliners Smile Empty Soul on Friday and Blacktop Mojo on Saturday. As I said, please come out and support these events, plus be on the lookout for more coverage from Super Cool Radio. Now it's time for another edition of This Week in History. What historic events happened this week? Let's dive in. On May 30th, 1971, 36 people are hospitalized during a Grateful Dead concert after unknowingly drinking LSD-spiked apple juice. On May 30th, 2007, Rihanna releases her breakthrough album, Good Girl Gone Bad. Her third album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 chart in the United States. On June 2nd, 2008, American rock and roll pioneer Bo Diddley passes away from heart failure at age 79. And that is it for this episode and for Season 5 of Super Cool Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in each week. I have time to feature one more song before we go. I'm going to spin a track from Chicago-based band Wrong War. The song I'm going to feature is Who's Hiding Now? I really dig it, and I hope you do as well. This is Who's Hiding Now by Wrong War. Check it out.
Let's bury the hope for today. The young is shredded to maintain a living grin in their pulling the rest of your life while wailing against their own crime. Disfacing empty, repeated lies. It doesn't feel like there's anywhere safe anymore sometimes, and they're pulling the rest of your life while wailing against their own crimes. And you say this isn't the time to establish the blame. Repeat the last proclamation, and then it happens all over again. They buried the youngest today, raising funds before never speaking names, and they're pulling the rest of your life while wailing against their own crimes. Now how? Please hide again. Now.
Once again, that was Who's Hiding Now by Wrong War. Please check out and support this awesome band from Chicago. And that is it for this episode of Super Cool Radio. If you enjoyed this episode, please like this video and hit that subscribe button. I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. I will see you in the next video. In the meantime, hope you have a great rest of your day, and remember, stay frosty!